Hello everyone, this is Shruti from Document 360, the co-organizer of this webinar. Thank you for joining this session today. We are just as excited as you are for this session. Our guest today is Debby Kruzic, joining us from Colorado, United States. She started her document imaging and scanning technology company, Records and Data Management Inc. in 1993. Her recently launched tech-only knowledge base, techdin.com, is a non-invasive platform for staying current on tech news, trends, innovations, and risk. Thank you, Debbie, for accepting our invite and coming here to share the insights. The topic
Thank
for
you.
today is public knowledge base portal setup to customer delight. In the session, Debbie will share how to create, configure, and brand your knowledge base, showcase different capabilities of a public knowledge base, and tell us about long term impact it has on customer satisfaction and loyalty. Debbie, over to you now.
Okay, good morning, and thank you for having me. I just wanted to give a quick overview of how I got here in the first place. Originally, I was building a two-sided platform, and it was all custom developed, and I was at a very big disadvantage because I'm not a programmer, and everything I wanted changed, I had to request, and so did that for a bit, and then I started looking at membership applications because I wanted still two-sided application, and tried one of those, and that didn't really work. And then did some searches some more, and I found a handful of products, and I did the free trial on two of them. One of them I just couldn't get my hands around, and then Document 360 was the one that I started using, and it was really great to be able to do things without having to be reliant on other people, and really found it to be very easy to use and have been using it for a couple years now. And I decided to make it public versus having any type of login. So I just wanted to let you know the history of how I got to this in the first place. And what I was going to do today is I was going to show you the application itself, so you see and I apologize for that. I haven't been able to figure out why my Outlook won't stop making noises. So my apologies there. Um, so I wanted to just kind of show you, what I do every day when I go in there to add new content, and then also how it looks to the public facing. And I think it's interesting that on the poll that was just run, the big one there was categorizing. So you're going to see how I've done this because my background is document management and metadata and that type of thing. So I wanted to build my application in that way. So that's kind of what I'm going to do here today for the agenda. And I'm going to show you some of the things I used. Document 360 helped me with getting tables done, and also how some searching and navigations and just all the different tools that I use. There are a ton of tools in the program, but I'm going to show you what I personally use. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you, here is the actual application. So this is what I work in every day. This is Document 360. And if you go to the home page builder, this is where they have some themes and things you can use. And as I mentioned before, I am not a programmer. So, there's a ton of more things that could be done for people that have JavaScript and all of that knowledge. That's not who I am. So I'm very happy that I've been able to build things without having to do any coding. And so I'll just kind of show you, what I've done here. All of these links go right to something in my knowledge base, if you will. And so it's very easy for me to add new things here and have links. And if we go to my knowledge base, this is what the home page looks like. So you'll see what we just looked at, the header here, but then all of these here are links that go to different places on my knowledge base. And then you also have options to show and hide things, and I'll show you how you do that. But I've made it so that my whole menu system shows up as well to the left, and people can turn that off. And you can also have related articles. So there's just so many things you can do with the settings and everything there. So that's pretty much the home page, like I showed you, and how I've been able to have these links. And then you also have a whole realm of navigation you can use, and header footers, and just all kinds of things. So I'm going to go back to where we were. And in regards to categorization and that type of thing, that's how I built my whole system here. So I have everything being alphabetical. And so we have analysis, tech jobs, and I have tech categories and alphabetical. And you can easily come up here, and if I just do a plus, I have the option to put a new article in that same section. I can create a brand new category. I can have a template, for example. You can save almost like a template or a shell, and I can bring that in. So it's really quick and easy for me to go ahead and add a new article or a new category and then publish that page and have it be live. But this is how I've set mine up, is by alphabetical and categories. And that's really how the Document 360 is built. So that makes it really easy there. And for example, like if I go to this analysis and reports, because this is something I do daily, Document 360 helped me at the very beginning because I wanted a sortable table. So they helped with getting the code to make that work. So for example, here is, the title, description, and if I want to modify, I just click on edit here. And here's where it comes up at. And then wherever I want to add this new information, I can just come up here and I can insert a row above or below and that type of thing. And if we look at this in the live system, this is where we just were. I'll close this up. Here's how this looks. And then I can sort the category by whatever I have here. I'm missing a couple there. But so anybody can come up here, and if they're looking for, tech trends or whatever it might be, then they can see things sorted this way. And so that's how we've done the tables. So I have a lot of tables done this way. For example, I have a list of podcasts, and so I was able to just copy pretty much the shell that Document 360 helped me, and so that I could quickly bring in these tables and start putting data in them. So that's how we've used the tables. And then these are links. And so they just go to, I have them set to go to a site outside of mine, and that's where they go. So we're using links as well. And I'll show you, like once I do something, let's say I go ahead and insert a row above here, then I have the option to add the link where I can put the link to the URL, my text. I can have it open a new tab. I can also, you can insert images, you can insert files, you can have videos playing inside. There's just so many things that you can do with your content to make it quick and easy for people to get to. So for example, I'll even show you, let's see, I'll do a search here. This is another thing that has done well, that's grown from the Document 360, is their search capabilities. And so, for example, if I search on blockchain, this is where I inserted a YouTube video, so you can see that the video plays right inside of my knowledge base. And if somebody wants to go to YouTube, of course they can, but this works really good too, because the whole idea of a public knowledge base and ease of use is that they're not having to click on a bunch of things to get somewhere, as well as I don't want any of our visitors to be prompted for their email or any type of thing. So we've tried to really stay true to that, so that when you look at content, you're not prompted to do anything. So that's where that public setup that I use has come into play. Now, the other thing with the settings, as I mentioned earlier, if I go to settings, you're going to see there's just a ton of things that you can do. So for example, if I go to my knowledge base site, this is where I mentioned with the navigation. So you have your header navigation, your footer navigation, you have your menu. And so this is where I'm able to add submenus and create, pretty much, I'll go back to here so you can see it, how it looks. But that's where this all comes into play, these these top headers here. And then when I come here, it opens up these quick links, which I have more links and navigation. So that's all in the software to let you do that quickly and easily. Again, if I had to figure out how to program to do this, it would never happen. But because it's so easy to come in here and do this and just save, has really been helpful. So those are the navigations. There is custom CSS and JavaScript, which is some of the things that Document 360 helped me with. They also have integrations. So this is where my Google Analytics can feed in, but there's all kinds of things here for people that use, marketing tech and different things. It's all built in there too. They also have, which I haven't used, is these smart bars. But for example, if we go to Document 360 site, the smart bars are things that will come up here at the top, and you can use it for other navigation. So I thought it would come up here, but it didn't. But that's what the smart bars are. And then in regard to the design, this is where I was able to pick my color and how I wanted my layout to work. And then on the custom domain, this is where I tied in my domain to there. So you have that. And they also have a cookie consent and users and security. They have API tokens and a lot of things that I haven't used just because I'm not to that level of expertise. But being able to design my page this fast and be able to add and put new things in daily has been really, really great. The other thing I wanted to show that is really cool, I think, I'm able to bring in my knowledge base into another web page. So for example, this is my records and data management site, but I was able to use their knowledge base tool, and you can see here that this is today's date, and this brings in right in my TechDin news right from my website. So it's a way for me to add some value to this other website and have those things be right there. So that's also a tool. And let me see what, oh, sorry, didn't mean to go there. Let me see what else we have here. So I'll go back to the articles. And the other thing I was going to mention, this was the one that we were working on earlier that I put into a mode. What's really nice here is that you can see all your revision history. So for example, if I messed up somewhere, I can go back and open one from the previous day and be able to get back to where I was. So there's really a really good way of looking at your changes and being able to, to compare them and make sure that if you mess up somewhere, you can get back to where you were the day before. So I use that one quite a bit. And then also all of the settings that you do, any article that you put, there's SEO there. So you have your description and things there. This is where I can tie related articles so that they show up. I can have an image that I want to show up, especially if you're sharing this out like on LinkedIn, one of the social media. You want to make sure that your link has an image with it. So these are the main ones I use are an image, related articles, and the SEO. So that's for every article that you put here, you have that. And I also, like here, I have a link going out, as we do sponsorships and that type of thing. Let me go back to my settings here. So back to the categories and articles, you're going to see just the different things that I have here. You can have items here that are hidden if you're not ready to have them out in the public. So that works out pretty good. If you're just not ready for it, you can hide it, but it's still there. If I do, as I mentioned, an article from template, these are the different templates that I've created. And so if I just want to have that shell, for example, I mentioned how I use the tables, I can bring that in, and then at least I have all of the, the infrastructure behind it and the tables, and then I can start adding my own content. So that's where you can do things like that. And I'm trying to think what else I could show here. There's just so much, but I'm in here daily adding content. And they also have analytics, which I watch. So for example, you can see who's coming into your site, what they're reading. I really, our site's a public site, so I don't really care about the likes or dislikes, things like that, because we're not capturing any information from anyone. We really care about the views and the reads, and so that's what I watch. But you can even do, there's even more advanced SEO that can be done, again, for those that need that or have the expertise to set that up. I just don't do that. But this is where your shows you who's read and things like that for the day. So that comes in handy, as well as, your top articles. And also I have it showing, who's coming. So they give you analytics there. And right now I'm the only one that puts anything in. I have this one person from Document 360 when we've needed help, but really it's just myself. But I could have, other people where I could give them access to put content in, as if I wanted to. But at this point I'm just myself, so I want to keep it what I know is in there. So that's how we do that. So there's just a lot of different tools here, and really good things. And for myself, that's right now is a pretty much a one person doing this. The solution has been amazing, and I just feel like I could have never done this with the other products that I looked at. And so I hope that gives you some food for thought. And I'm just going to see if there's anything else I missed here. Oh, this is another nice tool they have. This little guy here that looks like a Christmas or a present. This is what's new. So if somebody clicks there, it'll show you, what's been published the last month, the last week. So that's really helpful if you're building something where, your internal or external customers just want to come in and see, what's been published for the week. You can do things like that. So that's a nice tool they added recently. I'll go ahead and show you a little bit of the search, because I haven't done that yet. But for example, if I search on this company that I know I put some stuff in today, you see it highlighted there, but then it will go into my table that I showed you earlier, and it comes right up to that, which is really nice. So then it brings you right to there, and that's how the search works there. But there's also an advanced search, so I'll show you that. Here's the different things that have ChatGPT in them, but if I go to advanced search, you'll see that there's 51. And what's nice about this is I could keep this open, and let's say this sounds interesting, but I get distracted or I have to do something, I can go back and get to these different things as I need. So the advanced search is a nice feature as well. So it just expands on it, but also lets you know how many documents matched your wording. And so that's been a really nice feature as well. And I think that's really all I have to show. I know I went over this fast, so I hope that there's some questions. But this is the live site. This is the site that I'm in putting new content, and it's really just a matter of saving, and it's immediately put out there. And it's just a really great solution for my needs. And I thank you for watching.
Thank you. Thank you, Debbie, for being here today and speaking on a very relevant topic and answering our queries. On behalf of entire Document 360, I thank everyone who joined the session and hope it was a great session for you. Thank you. We'll be back again with yet another session very soon. Goodbye. Thank you, Debbie, again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.